Yes, people, what is good? Welcome back to the channel. I am Matt. Welcome to the Wrestling Fellas YouTube weekly show, all about the week of professional wrestling through WWE, AEW, and more. Last week we did a Q&A, so thank you very much for everyone that commented and give more questions that you want answering. I'm going to do them at the end. You guys said you like it and you want it to be a permanent fixture, so until John gets back, and even when John gets back, if you throw some in, we can answer them both. But yeah, we will do that at the end of the show. We'll talk about what's happened over the week. We'll talk about WrestlePalooza. We'll talk about All Out. We'll talk about Worlds Collide. And then we'll get onto the questions that you've all put in for me. But as always, if you like what you see, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Please share it with all your friends and comment down below your thoughts on the week of wrestling. What's going to happen at WrestlePalooza, All Out, and any more questions you want answering. Put them in the comment section below. What a week for WWE in terms of announcements, which we will get onto very soon. And I know what people are probably thinking, he's probably going to defend them. We'll get to that soon. But we left last week with me wanting more from AJ Lee. Obviously, she had her first promo, which was fantastic, and I thought was really done well. This week we got a face-to-face between Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins and the WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch, and AJ Lee and Mr. CM Punk. CM Punk didn't really do much talking. It was all Seth, Becky, and AJ, which I thought was nice. CM Punk has literally, since AJ Lee's come in, has just let her have the floor. He comes out to his music, which he did mention on Raw last night, that he's happy to sideline Cult Personality for Light It Up. It's nice to see. I like that. There's people with stupid conspiracy theories out there saying Punk's only back because he's worried about losing AJ or anything like that. It's fucking stupid. Like, they've been married for 10 years now, is it? Let's not play silly buggers, as Manana used to say. He's very happy his wife's back. He's very happy the fact that he gets to work with his wife in wrestling, and in a company that is so much different from when they were both last there. So yeah, no, it's stupid conspiracy theories, and we're not even delving into them as much. But yeah, it opened up. The face-to-face I thought went really well, and it really built up the match at WrestlePalooza between the both teams. It brought the crazy side out back to AJ a little bit. It was weird seeing her in jeans, because she's normally wearing jean shorts. As she said last week, that 2 sizes too big, 2 sizes too small. Sorry. But I thought it was really interesting, and I really liked the way she spoke. She brought out that side that is still a bit psycho, a bit crazy. Becky, I gave big props to Becky last week because of her heel work, and I'm going to do it this week. She really made you think that AJ Lee's neck isn't great. She mentioned, obviously, in her book, that she mentioned she didn't have a great neck, and how is it going to hold up? And AJ's like, you're right, I don't know. Thanks for reading my book, though. Didn't read yours. And proceeded to tear each other down, and then looking at Seth and going, "It's nice to see you stand behind your woman. You don't know what I'm capable of." Blah blah blah. Slaps Seth. There's a thing between Becky and Seth, looking like they're having an argument. Becky rolls out the ring. Seth's left in the ring with Punk. Seth rolls out the ring, Punk goes chasing, Becky gets back in the ring and hits the manhandle slam on AJ Lee and rolls out the ring as CM Punk looks like he's about to cry. Great setup for the match, looking forward to that. It is going to be rather interesting. Cody's back. I said it last week, we need to see Cody back on TV. He got given the WWE Championship at SummerSlam by beating John Cena, and we have not seen him since, and he returned last night. On SmackDown on Friday night. To an ovation from the crowd, which was fantastic to see. I do feel like Cody's one of those guys that gets grief, but it's not his fault. It's the stories he's been given. I do feel like that's his issue. it is a little worrying that they have just straight in said, oh, we're going to have a match and it's at WrestlePalooza, when the only build-up we've had is Randy and Drew. It should have been Randy and Drew and have Cody return at WrestlePalooza. Personally, that's how I would do it. Then you can build the match for Crown Jewel in Australia. But yeah, like, it's great to see Cody back. As Drew was about to put Orton's head through the table, and during the match you could see Orton playing, having the thoughts in his head to kick Drew's head off and do his heel work. You can tell it's coming, and that's what I like about Orton. You don't know whether it's heel work, you don't know if it's babyface work, but it was great to see the fact that potentially we could get 2009 Viper back, which would be absolutely epic, because it was fucking good. And then Cody gets on the mic after saving Orton and taking out Drew, hitting the Cody Cutter, which is always done clean, and saying WrestlePalooza, me and you kind of thing. So then we get, obviously it's announced that we get Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship at WrestlePalooza. That's all I've got that happened last week, to be fair, on the TV shows for WWE. Let's go to AEW. Hangman Adam Page opened the show. Carl Fletcher, he agreed to give Carl Fletcher a match All Out for the AEW World Championship. However, there was one stipulation: Carl Fletcher had to do it on his own without the help of the Don Callis family, which he agreed to. And then we had Josh Alexander versus Adam Page, which was an absolute fucking banger. Which we know how good Alexander is, and we also know how good Page is. If I was going to watch anything, I'm glad it was that, because it was such a good match. The chance, Adam Page going, I'm going to need you to put some socks on, and then the crowd chanting, "Where's your socks?" Like, Adam Page has got him at the palm of the hands. And Carl Fletcher's, I said it about Logan, I say it about Becky. He's the perfect heel, because you want to hate him so much, but he's so good. So I love Carl Fletcher. I think he's great. He's got the ceiling for him so high, and used right, he has the look of an Orton. He's not going to be obviously Orton himself, but he's got the look of Orton, and I think it could be great. Then we had Mercedes Moné, and I'm looking here because I couldn't remember her name. Emi Sakura versus Alex Windsor and Rio. Obviously Rio making a return the other week against Mercedes Moné. Emi Sakura looked scared. I don't know what it was. She looked a bit taken back in the ring. I've never seen her. I don't know who she is. But I felt like she wasn't. The other three performers, Alex Windsor, Rio, and Mercedes, you could tell were well into it. They were doing the thing. It felt like she was a bit held back. And hey, it's the first time. Well, as far as I know, I've never watched her, but it's the first time on AEW. As far as I know, please correct me if I'm wrong. She could be on AEW before. She just looked a bit staggered. But the match overall was okay. I've never been keen on Rio. I'm not going to lie. Like, I think she's good, but I feel like she does better. Mina Shirakawa is a lot better. Chris Statlander, Willow, Harley Cameron, Anna Jay, Jamie Hayter, so much better. And I'd rather see them in that position to go after the TBS title, because we don't see these people a lot. We see obviously Chris Statlander doing her thing with the Death Riders, or on the verge with the Death Riders. I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've not seen Anna Jay or Jamie Hayter go for the TBS title a lot. Why can we not have that instead of that? And people like Rio, that's perfectly fine, that's your opinion. My opinion, I don't get Rio, but that's just myself. There was a promo straight after. And it was to do with MJF and Matt Briscoe. That MJF agreed to meet Matt Briscoe on next week's Collision, to set the terms for the all-out clash that they're going to have, which is going to be epic as well. Windsor's getting a big push, and we know why. I'm still not sold on Windsor. I'm still not sold on her. But again, I'm willing to just wait and see what happens against Mercedes Moné. But at the moment, I'm not sold on Alex Windsor. We got a hype video about FTR and Christian and Cope. It didn't do anything. Stokely half away. Was saying stuff like, if anyone thinks there's a dream match for FTR, then you're wrong. It's going to be Demolition. FTR tried to speak, but the crowd was just over them, like how Dom used to be back in when he first became a heel. It just felt very pushed, very very forced. It felt very forced, and it didn't feel natural. I want to get excited because it's FTR versus Edge and Christian. I can't, but it's potentially Cope's last match. It is what it is at the end of the day. I want to get excited, but I can't. We had Ricochet versus Shelton Benjamin. Absolute blinder of a match. Now, have you seen my rankings? I have done my rankings for the men and women. Ricochet is in the top 10 this week. I thought Ricochet had a great outing. It was fantastic to see him work really well with Shelton Benjamin. I weren't expecting it. Bishop Khan distracted the referee, while Toa Leona headbutted Shelton Benjamin to set up Ricochet roll up for the 3. A big brawl did break out between MVP Bobby Lashley and the earlier Toa Leona and Bishop Khan. Everyone got pulled apart. It was a great match. It's great to see. Ricochet is really doing bits. As much as it pains me to say, he's doing bits in AEW, and I'm happy. I'm sorry if I keep looking down and up. I'm just so used to looking at this eye level. I've now got an arm for my monitors, and they're very high. So it's I'm very high up. Well, the camera's high up now. I'm not used to it. Oh, we also got Daniel Bryan on Bryan Danielson on commentary full time now. So it looks like he is full time commentator, which is cool to see. Yeah, it didn't do anything for me. We had a Philly street fight between Toni Storm and Sky Blue. Fucking epic. Toni Storm, for me, this week is my Women's Wrestler of the Week. I thought she did fantastic. Nod to ECW, to the Sandman. We had staples, cheese graters, mousetrap, street signs. We had everything. It was a perfect nod to ECW. Obviously with AEW now being at 2300 Arena, I think that's what they called it. Obviously I'd call it 2300 Arena. They delivered a good hardcore match. The crowd were all into it, which was great, which helped. It obviously was building to the upcoming Fatal 4-Way match for the AEW Women's title. Her nod to Sandman with a kendo stick and then doing the thing on her head, and Sky Blue bringing out staple gun and stapling Toni Storm's nipples and lower region. I thought it was great. I'm not normally into one with the staples, and I think that what the fuck. It is what it is. We also got an interview by Renee Paquette interviewing Willow. That was interrupted by Harley Cameron. We had the Ops and Brodido versus the Death Riders and Young Bucks. It was for some money or something. I can't remember. Again, it was a great match. Great main event. The Death Riders and the Bucks got the win, which surprised me a little, considering Brodido just won the tag titles. I'm very surprised they've not pushed them more into being the ultimate tag team that you can't beat. But then I want Brody King on his own anyway, so I don't really mind that. A bit weird, that one. We also saw on Collision Daniel Garcia fully aligning with the Death Riders. We also had a great moment from Matt Menard, trying to plead with Daniel Garcia after what he's done, and his emotions in his face was so fucking fantastic. It was mint. It was really great to see. Collision was great. Yeah, Dynamite was great this week. I enjoyed it. However, I hope All Out. Well, I mean, AEW pay-per-views always do well anyway. Good talk about All Out. We had the match card. I'm not speaking about the pre-show. It is 11 matches. No doubt there'll be another 4 added on. Adam Cole and Christian versus FTR. The Hurt Syndicate versus Ricochet and GOA. Mercedes Moné versus Rio for the TBS title. John Moxley versus Darby Allin in a coffin match. MJF versus Matt Briscoe in a tables and thumbtacks match. Timeless Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter versus Chris Statlander versus Thekla for the AEW Women's title. So glad Thekla. She's also in my top 10 this week. She had a good outing on Collision. Hangman Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher for the AEW World Championship. Don Callis family is banned from ringside. Okada versus Takeshita versus Mascara Dorada versus the Beast Mortis. Beast Mortis, a three-way for the Unified Championship. Eddie Kingston versus Big Bill. Eddie Kingston obviously coming back from injury. And then Brody Ito versus 3 September to remember winners in a 4-way ladder match for the AW Tag Team titles. That's All Out. We will be live for that. Come join us. I think Ted's joining us for that. I don't know if he's joining us for WrestlePalooza. We then had a announcement going to Triple H's Instagram, announcing that at 8 PM UK time, don't know what that is, wherever you are, on Friday night there was going to be a huge announcement that's going to change the change of wrestling and how we see it. She did that. However, it's not great. It was announced that WWE have done partnership with Saudi Arabia to bring WrestleMania for the first time overseas to Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania 43. It was met with "You Sold Out" chants. The comment section on WWE's video full of "You Sold Out." SmackDown full of sold outs. World Collides, "You Sold Outs." It's not gone down well. I don't know why. I don't know if they expected it to go down well. Here's my take, and people have been asking me for my take all week, and I've been like, just wait till the video I do. People are expecting me to defend WWE. I'm not defending this. I can't. Being from the UK, and being the fact we've had AEW, their version of WrestleMania for so many years, we've had Forbidden Door. We've had Money in the Bank. We've had Clash of Castle, both in Wales and Scotland. You would have thought they would have saw that and seen how well AEW have done with Wembley, with All Out, 90,000 people, and gone, yeah, we'll do that. Now I get it's all money, it's a business. I get it. I just feel like WWE are losing their touch with the fans a little bit, and this is probably the nail in the coffin for a lot of people. Saudi don't deserve WrestleMania. France, Italy, Spain, England, I feel like they deserve it more, and we deserve it more. Now people are saying what makes it different for you than it does Saudi. When Saudi first came to, when WWE first went Saudi, the Saudi king wanted Ultimate Warrior versus Yokozuna or something as the main event. Apparently, I've never seen this announced. This is what I've been told, and John's seen, and I've been told several times. I've never seen this. But that says everything I need to know about their thoughts on it. Now, yes, I have heaped praise on Saudi over the past year about the fans getting into it more and stuff, but Kairi Sane returned in 2023 to nothing. Kairi Sane. one of the best NXT Women's Champions on the main roster with Damage Control, Kabuki Warriors, sorry. New Japan, wherever she was, Stardom or wherever it was. She deserved a pop, and she got nothing. It was dead. It's the Saudi King playing GM mode, playing Football Manager. Why do we deserve it? You've seen us. We're loud. France is loud. Spain is loud. Italy is loud. Because we don't have wrestling that much, it's loud. Whereas Saudi, it's normally twice a year they get a pay-per-view. Next year they're getting the Royal Rumble. WrestleMania the year after. I do think it's going between Vegas and Saudi soon. I think that's where they'll go. I think the WWE's home will be Vegas because that's where UFC's is. It died. WWE died a bit inside when they did that. They sold out. However, I will look at it on the flip side, like I always do. And it is a business. They have been offered $100 million to do this show. You don't turn $100 million down. No matter who you are, what you do. You don't turn down $100 million. That gets TKO out of debt. But at the same time, you've upset the fans. I can't remember who it was, but they said that they have lost a core generation of fans, and I don't blame them fans for leaving. It was a joke. We then had SmackDown. The Cody returned, as I said, in WrestlePalooza, and announcing that we've got Drew and Cody at WrestlePalooza. Came in it, the Cody Cutter, clean Cody Cutter as always. But it was great to see Cody back. He got a pop. He got announced for SmackDown this week on Raw, and his theme song started playing, and the fans started singing along to his theme song. I hope this title run by Cody, now it can get going, is good. I can only hope and pray though. We'll see. Worlds Collide was Saturday. A fantastic event. I know people don't like this for some reason. I would never understand why. We had a Lucha Showcase 8-man match between La Parca, Mascarita, Sagrada, and the Aztec Warriors of Laredo Kid and Octagon Jr., who defeated the LWO, Lince Dorado, and Mini Abismo Negro. Awesome. It was great. I do like Cruz the Toe and Joaquin Wild. I think they should be used more on WWE TV. But it's great. The match was great. It got full 18 minutes. It was the second longest match of the night. Great to open it up. Got the crowd pumping. And it was great. We had Natalya versus Fabia Apache to determine the number one contenders match for their version of the women's title. Again, this showed Natty in her black outfit with her hair braided and a mouth guarding. Great. Bring that Natty to Raw. And Corey Evans kept alluding to it. I want to see this Natty on Raw. Unfortunately, we won't get that. But it's refreshed Natalya doing stuff like this. Natalya won. It was an okay match. It wasn't over the top fantastic, but it was an okay match. Did what it was supposed to do. Pagano and Psycho the Clown defeated Grayson Waller and Kofi Kingston with Xavier Woods at ringside for the AAA World Tag Team titles. Again, a solid tag match between two solid teams. I really like Psycho the Clown. And obviously New Day. Kofi Kingston's fucking one of the greats and is a Hall of Famer soon. Grayson Waller, great young talent. Still think Austin Theory is better, but great young talent. Don't know what he's doing with the New Day. It's pissing me off. The Judgment Day lost to Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice. Now this match, I've got praise and I've got something I want to just talk about on this. Lola Vice has come on leaps and bounds. I hated Lola Vice at one point. Didn't get what she was doing, shaking her ass and and being this over the top, trying to be a dancer, trying to be an MMA star, but also trying to twerk. I didn't get it. However, she has come on leaps and bounds. She's impressed me over the past year. She's facing Jacy Jayne at No Mercy for the NXT Women's Championship. Which, do you know what? I hope she wins. She's really come on leaps and bounds, and I'm really happy. Lola Vice was in me top. Was my 4th women's wrestler of the week. She put a good out in it. Mr. Iguana, you know what you get from Mr. Iguana. Finn Balor. I've said it for a couple of weeks now. Finn Balor deserves so much more than what he's getting. And I did say Demonenko, the demon puppet that he brought out, the first time was fine. For me, John said it killed Finn Balor or any reminiscence of the demon. Don't think it did. I think that was done way after Edge beat him in Hell in a Cell. But I didn't need to see it again. Yeah, I don't think it hurt Finn, because we saw it last week. But it was just another reason for me to say why you're doing what you're doing with Finn. Dr. Wagner Jr. defeated Dragon Lee, Ethan Page, JD McDonough. Oh my god, what a match. JD McDonough, by the way, has got so much praise from me. JD McDonough, I think, was JD and me. He wasn't, because he didn't win. But he was in a contention for top 10 of the week. For me, JD McDonough is unreal. We know how good Dragon Lee is. Even Page doing these shows shows how much of a good heel he is. Dr. Wagner Jr. obviously winning. But fucking mate, for the Latin American Championship, it would have been great to see maybe JD win that and then Dom win the AAA. But then you'd have WWE burying AAA. So. And then the main event, speaking of Dominic Mysterio beat Vikingo for the AAA Mega Championship. Great match. I've absolutely fucking one of the best matches this year for me. I enjoyed it. Outside interference from El Grande. Rey Mysterio came out at the end to put the title around Dom's waist. Hugo Savinovich, an ex-WWE announcer, did say that he felt like WWE catered towards the WWE fans more in this show. They probably did because it was in Vegas. However, I get why you can be annoyed that Vikingo lost to Dom, but they have faced each other before, and it has lost, and it's 1-on-1. El Grande got involved. He also said that they should have had him, Dom and Grande and Judgment Day beat down Vikingo and Rey Mysterio, and then Alberto Del Rio makes the save. Please no. I don't want to see Alberto on the show. And if they really wanted to do that, you could have had it done and then tested the waters at maybe at Crown Jewel to see how it feels that's in a foreign country rather than America. I don't know. But Worlds Collide was great. Really enjoyed it. Fantastic event. And I'm hoping they carry on getting better. WrestlePalooza is this weekend. Again, we are live from 8 o'clock for All Out and WrestlePalooza. The card looks like this. Io Sky, Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship. The Usos versus the Vision of Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker. CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch in a mixed tag team match. Cody Rhodes defending the WWE Undisputed Championship against Drew McIntyre. And then John Cena goes one-on-one with a returning beast, Brock Lesnar. I'm looking forward to WrestlePalooza. I'm looking forward to AJ Lee. I'm done with the Vision. Bronson Reed and Bron Breakker side. So many times we know what's going to happen at the end of Raw. Someone's going to go one-on-one, or there's going to be a tag match. Then the Vision, whoever wins. Vision beat down. Normally the Vision wins. Then they beat down whoever it is they're facing, and then Uso makes the save, or LA Knight makes the save. It's boring. It's fucking boring. So we know what's going to happen here. The Usos are probably going to win. The Division are going to beat down the Usos. Roman Reigns is going to return, take them both out. Any money. I want to give props to Io Sky. Io Sky. I want to give props to Io Sky. I want to give props to the booking. Io Sky within a year has made me go from she's just a member of Damage Control to she's now up there with the Liv Morgans, with the Rhea Ripleys, with the Stephanie Vickiers, with the Charlottes, with the Biancas, with the Alexa Blisses, with the Tiffany's. She's up there with them now. I mean, she probably was beforehand, but considering she's had to hold down this match with Stephanie Vickier on her own because Stephanie wasn't on TV for a couple of weeks, I think she's fucking great. She deserves more props. Io Sky, I hope you win this weekend because I really want to I think you will. I really want to put her in my top 10. I can't put her in the top 10 if she's not done anything, but I'll come out and have an argument with Asuka in the ring. I'm loving Asuka's work, by the way, as well. I think Asuka doing this full-on heel work, pretending to try and protect Io, when really, when Io wins the title, we know we're going to get Asuka turning on Io and wanting the title off her. I do feel like it's going down, Io winning, and then facing Rhea at Crown Jewel, and Rhea's going to win the title back, because it's in Australia. I would have Stephanie Vickier win, and then face Rhea at Crown Jewel, and then do whatever you're going to do with that. But then you're only giving Stephanie Vickier the title for a month, and it kind of does nothing. I'd wait for Stephanie versus Rhea to WrestleMania. Punk, AJ, Seth, and Becky. You know my thoughts on that match. Cody Drew, I've already spoke about it. Cena Lesnar. Cena was on Raw in Boston, Massachusetts, his hometown, and he cut a 10-minute promo saying he's not scared of Brock Lesnar. Oh, he is scared of Brock Lesnar, but he is not going to back down from Brock Lesnar. Now, John Cena and Brock Lesnar faced each other about 9 times, 10 times. Probably more. Why were we supposed to believe that John Cena is scared of Brock Lesnar? He beat him in an Extreme Rules match. So why am I supposed to believe John? And they didn't do enough for John Cena. You could have had Dom Mysterio come out saying you've never won the Intercontinental Championship. I'm the best Mysterio to ever grace WWE. And then it's like, well, prove it, put your title on the line. And he's like, no. And then Adam Pearce comes out and says, it's official tonight, you and John Cena for the Intercontinental title. And if you really wanted John Cena to win the Intercontinental title, you could do. Or you could plant seeds for it to be thrown back at Crown Jewel. I don't know. But I feel like that was lazy booking for John Cena last night. Whether John Cena wanted to do anything on Raw is a different matter. But I feel like that's lazy booking. I do feel like we'll probably get one more match as well. Now, I was trying to think what we'd probably get. Unless it's been announced for SmackDown, which I don't think it has, but I could be very wrong. Oh, the Wyatts. I fucking forgot about the Wyatts. The Wyatts came out on AAA, Worlds Collide, and took out the Tag Team Champions, which I thought was great. It was weird seeing them there. I think they were the last people I expected to see, but it was good to see the Wyatts on AAA Worlds Collide. I do think we're probably going to get the Profits versus the Wyatts again. I'm hoping it's at WrestlePalooza. Considering that they're saying that this is the biggest event next to WrestleMania, it's 5 matches. There's no Logan Paul. There's no Sami Zayn. No Roman Reigns. We know why, obviously, but no Priest. Like, no Rhea. I feel like they missed a trick here. But hey, what do I know? But yeah, like I said, we're live for WrestlePalooza, so come join us. Any other news? Let's have a ganders. Oh, Bayley. I want to talk about Bayley. Bayley's returned last night on Raw and came out to save Laura Victoria from a beatdown from the Judgment Day. She looked like she was fighting someone in her head. Like, obviously, someone was talking to her, and then she decided to hug everyone, including Corey Graves and a weird fan. Looking like the hugger. But coming out to the role model music, which makes me think, well, we knew anyway, but she's doing the split personality thing, where she's split between the hugger and the role model, which I'm all for. I really like the idea. I hope it works, and I hope they run with it more. I hope we see Bayley buddies. I hope we see the old Bayley attire, and then mid-match she just turns into the role model and just turns full heel, and then after the match she's the hugger again. Like, I kind of like that idea, and I thought it was great. There is nothing else really that's a major talking point, to be honest with you. The only other talking point is Jack Perry sends a knife and a threatening note to Matt Jackson after ignoring his calls. But apart from that, there's nothing. Let's get on to your Q&As. So, again, thank you all for your comments. I really appreciate them all. We'll start off at the top that I've got here with Heel Jack. Now, I will say, it's great to see so many people's different opinions on wrestling. I think it's great. Everyone had different answers to every single question that I got asked, and then you all answered them yourselves. I thought it was fucking great. So hopefully we get that again this week. So Heel Jack has got 5 questions for me. Bring one ex-WWE star back who's currently wrestling today. Hard, because there's so many. But I will say it's a toss-up between Karrion Kross and Soraya Page. I was going to say Corbin as one of them, because Corbin is very underrated and people don't see what Corbin brought. Soraya, because I think her interactions with the women's locker room now and how she's grown since she left, and with AJ being back as well, it'd be interesting to see that dynamic and how that comes about. Yeah, I'll probably say Soraya. I'd like to see her back. Create a Hall of Fame 2026. So I looked at all these questions before, like 4 days ago, or 3 days ago, and I was doing it in my head. Hall of Fame class. You know, we have the main. You know, we have a woman. You know, we have a tag team. You know, we have like someone that's an emotional story. So tag team, I'm probably gonna go the Hardys. Obvious reason why. Woman, I'd go Chyna. Don't know why she's not in it. Well, I do, but Chyna. Your main, I know everyone's expecting me to say Bray Wyatt. I'm going to say William Regal. I think Regal would be a great Hall of Fame recipient. I think his story, I've heard his stories on Inside the Ropes, and they're fucking great. And then I'd have Owen Hart. I think Owen Hart would be a great addition to the Hall of Fame. Should be. Obviously never going to happen, but I think Owen Hart going in there. And there's a match now, isn't there? There's always, like that last year or this year, there was a match. It was Austin and Brett from WrestleMania 13. So I'll put Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon, ladder match for the Undisputed Intercontinental Championship in there. Metalingers our kingdom. Come on now. Metalingers all day long. Next face of WWE. AEW and TNA. Next face of WWE, Bron Breakker. AEW. If done right, Kyle Fletcher. TNA. Leon Slater. Best and worst commentators. Okay, now let's do worst because let's do best because that's the easiest one. Best currently Michael Cole. No one that comes close. And then Corey Graves and Excalibur. I think them are the 3 best commentators in professional wrestling at the moment. Worst at the moment, Joe Testorio, whatever his name is. Fucking dreadful. Although last night he had some emotion in his voice. When Bayley returned. I'll also throw in Tony Schiavone, because you all know how much I hate him and he's just got no passion or anything in his voice. And JR, currently, just think he's shit. Now he's gone. Just let him retire and live a happy life. All time, my favourite all-time commentator team is JR and the King, and then slowly followed by Taz and Michael Cole from SmackDown, and then Michael Cole and Corey Graves. Obviously this all depends on eras and what you like, but JR, there was no one better than JR on commentating in the Attitude Era. There just wasn't. And Jerry Lawler, as much as he was a perv, at the time, you could get away with that shit he was saying, and it was funny. Plus, he always wanted to see boobs, didn't he? But thank you, Yo Jack. Them are the answers to your questions there. All Elite Wrestling Fella has put 5 questions in. What's your favourite WrestleMania moment? Seth Rollins cashing in Money in the Bank, or Cody Rhodes. No, Cody Rhodes winning the title, WrestleMania 40. I think it made me cry, so it has to be that. It was just emotional. Favourite match of the year so far? Ooh. It's a toss-up between Roman, Punk and Seth at WrestleMania, Bianca Io Rhea at WrestleMania, or the Bucks Ospreay Swerve at All In. I think I'm going to go with them. Dom Vikingo is up there as well. What's the best piece of wrestling trivia you know? I don't know any. I know people call me the encyclopedia. I just, we're not thinking about it. Probably the fact that people only started pointing at the WrestleMania sign after Undertaker did it in 2007. And then everyone started doing it. Which wrestler do you think is overrated? Fucking hell, give me a good drink. Will Ospreay. I don't get him. And I know just put him in a contender for match of the year. I don't get Will Ospreay. No, is he over? I'm gonna put him in overrated. I do think he's overrated. I think he's rated so highly because of his New Japan days, and rightly so. You know, from what I've heard and read, he was great in New Japan. I just think he's overrated, not just by the fans, but he's overrated by Tony. He doesn't fucking hardly lose, and I know he has lost, but he probably hasn't got 10 defeats under his belt in AEW. And it's like, you want me to care about someone, get him to get beat down and lose that pay-per-view, and then lose that pay-per-view, then get the big win on his last performance. Do you know what I mean? Like, WWE wise, overrated. I don't think anyone rates Brock Lesnar, so I can't put him in there. People say Charlotte's overrated, but I don't think it. No, I don't know. I'll probably go Will Ospreay. Which wrestling? No, just on that. What's your favourite all-time wrestling match? Oh, I'll always come back to it. We only mentioned him because of the situations. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Chris Benoit, WrestleMania 20. Or Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania 40. The other shout out is Rock and Austin at WrestleMania 17. But thank you, All Elite Wrestling Fella, for them questions. We'll go with Dave next. Pick any wrestler. He said first, I don't know if you're doing a quick Q&A next week, so I'll put some more questions below just in case, which I am doing. Thank you. Pick any wrestler from each era you'd like to see in a Battle Royal match. The eras chosen are Golden, New Generation, Attitude, Ruthless, PG, Reality, Renaissance. Renaissance, I will go with the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Aura. Reality, I will go Seth Rollins. PG, I will go John Cena. Ruthless Aggression, I will go Randy Orton. Attitude Era, I will go with Triple H. New Generation, I will go Shawn Michaels. And Golden, I will go Macho Man Randy Savage. If you could create a dream tag team, who would it be? Fucking hell. Triple H and Triple H and Roman Reigns. I think I'd. Yeah. Anyway, what's your opinion on celebrities and wrestling storylines? I like it if they are an actual fan of the product. Logan Paul, KSI. Much as people give him both shit, they're wrestling fans. KSI, he's mentioned it so many times in his videos in the past and on Sidecast and when he's done videos. He was a big wrestling fan when he was growing up. So him taking the RKO from Randy Orton, he absolutely loved. What an RKO does it better. He hit the mat better than half the fucking people do. If it's someone like Sexy Red, I don't want to see that whatsoever. But people like Bad Bunny, Logan Paul, KSI, I'm fine with it if they put the work in or the storyline makes sense. Not just thrown in because it has to. Stephen Amell as well, I think that's how you say his name. He was a big wrestling fan and he got involved. Like, what's his name? The big chocolate chunk cookie guy from AEW. Why the fuck? Like, I don't get that. I don't. He doesn't add anything to your product. Has there ever been a point where you've come close to stop watching wrestling? In 2002, I told my dad I would stop watching wrestling because he said it was childish and I shouldn't be watching it anymore. And I should grow up. I said I was going to stop watching it and I stopped watching it for a week. And it was just after the draft. The first draft in 2002. I watched the draft and I was like, my dad was like, why are you still watching this? You're in high school now. You're in year 8. Grow up. Oh, year 7. Yeah, I would have been year 7. Grow up. And it lasted a week. And I was like, nah, I can't do this. And that was it. That's the only other time I've come close to stop watching. When people say, oh, I'm done with WWE, I'm done with wrestling. Yeah, I'm not. No matter how shit it can be or shit it has been, there is no way. I'm just giving up. You start your own wrestling promotion. What's it called and who's the face of it? There was a time back in the day when you used to do something called e-fedding, role playing, and I had a made up character called Scott Bennington. Now it was a play on Scott, who was the lead singer of Saliva, the band, and Chester Bennington from Linkin Park, and I put the names together because I loved Saliva at the time, and Linkin Park, one of my favourite bands. And I, as that character, I won several championships role playing as them. And the company was called BCW, British Championship Wrestling, so that's what it'd be called. And the face of it, I would probably put top UK wrestler. Let's think. Gabe Kidd. Ted's gonna like I said that. Thanks for the questions, Dave. Appreciate that, man. Mr. Green, his Q&A is: which wrestler or match changed your opinion about wrestling? I've never had a changed opinion on wrestling. We'll do AEW. It wasn't a match, it was an event. It was All Out. All In 2023. Changed my opinion on AEW. I thought the event as a whole was fucking great. I watched it. Did we watch it live? No, we didn't. I watched it though. I thought... I didn't. I was on call with Tomo while it was on, and I was reacting to it while Tomo was playing FIFA, I think. It changed my opinion on everything. to do with AEW, and I thought this is actual a company that's going places. WWE wise, it's never changed my opinion. Ever since watching X-Pac and Rikishi on Heat in '99, this is when I started watching it properly. Obviously, dipping my toes in '95 first. Are you a fan of edgy wrestling or more PG style products? Now, I get this a lot because of my thoughts between what AEW do and what WWE do. I'd like an in between. I don't like it over the top, baseball bat to the spine, nearly paralysing you, or getting a cheese grater on your fucking nuts, or staples in your nipples. I don't get the excitement from that, or like a Texas death match. I don't get the excitement of it. People say about blood. I only like it when it's done right. So yeah, I want an in between. If I was going to choose, I'm more the PG side, just because I'm not squirmish to blood or anything. Just because I'm more of a WWE fan. I like the sports entertainment side of it more. But if I could choose, I'd have an in between. Blood's used for certain situations, hardcore matches, and I don't mean a kendo stick and a chair and a table, like they used to. Hardcore matches in WWE is what I'd say I'd go for. Have you ever genuinely felt sympathy for a wrestler during a storyline? I was thinking about this the other day, and there's a few I felt sorry for. Big Show was one. If you remember when Triple H and Stephanie McMahon threatened Big Show to fire him and he'll have no money for his kids. I felt so sorry for Big Show. I know none of it was real, obviously, but I felt so sorry for Big Show. The other one was Daniel Bryan, when he was getting beat down by Triple H every week leading up to WrestleMania. Made me want Daniel Bryan to win more. Vince McMahon in '99, I think it was, when he had the teddy bear and it got set on fire. Yeah, there's probably more. I couldn't think. What's a wrestling what if or piece of revisionist history that you enjoy discussing? I don't discuss what ifs much, but the only one I do discuss a lot is the Shield. What if it was Roman that turned on the Shield and not Seth, and it was Roman that went with him? That, like, if you think about it, that's mental. I don't know why I always think about that, but I do. The other one is, what if the NWO didn't hit the ground running and it absolutely just fell? Would we have the Monday Night Wars? What's your favourite piece of merchandise or maybe? I don't own anything that's a favourite. I'd probably my DVDs. I have over 300 DVDs up in my loft. I wanted to get them out for a video, but we've got no ladders to do it. The ladders we've got are shit and don't work. But I have over 300 DVDs. I've been thinking recently to start them up again because there's no network anymore, and as much as most of them, 95% of them are all on Netflix, it's all a mess and you can't fucking find them. But yeah, probably my DVDs. Well, thank you for them, Mr. Green. We have Top Rope next. His opening comment was, well done, Matt, keep the channel going. Thank you, Top Rope, appreciate it. Welcome home, AJ Lee. Jericho, Edge, Christian, Page, Ambrose, Banks, the door is always open. What's your favourite wrestler and why do they stand out? My favourite wrestler currently at this moment in time is Roman Reigns. Why do they stand out? Because of the aura around the man. There is no one with more aura at the moment than Roman Reigns. The product, when he's back, ratings shoot up for a reason. He is this generation's Rock. It's mental. Is there a wrestler you can't get into? Will Ospreay. I can't get into him. I just can't. I want to, but I just can't. Even though everybody loves him. Yeah, Will Ospreay. I can't. Is there a wrestler whose real life personality has changed your opinion of them? I've met several wrestlers, and they have changed my opinion. Sheamus I met in 2010, and I really thought he was a dickhead. And then I met him in real life, and he was the nicest bloke you'll ever meet in your life. Didn't know he was a Liverpool fan back then, because otherwise I wouldn't have shook his hand. But, his opinion changed. Orton I met in 2009. I want to say 9. It was when he was a heel, and you heard stories about how much of a dick he was, and that came over in his meet and greets, and it pissed me off. But then apparently he, obviously with him getting older, he's mellowed out. So, which wrestler's character development do you find the most unique? The questions you've asked, by the way, this week are really, really deep diving. I'm trying to keep the video under an hour, but it's not happening. Character development. Io Sky. She has just gone from here, bang, in a year. And a development, trying to speak English to an American audience, to a prominent, dominant English audience. Mental. Do you prefer to watch live wrestling or older matches? I used to watch a lot of older matches and events when it was when we had the network, because if there was a pay-per-view coming up, I'd watch them all in a row, and I'd really find it interesting, and I'd go back and go, wow, I fucking hated him, but I liked him back in the day, kind of thing. I can't watch a lot. Live wrestling is hard to get into sometimes. You're expecting to be commentating, but you're not. So probably old matches. Asian Nightmare, my best mate. His opening comment is: seeing his last SmackDown appearance, and Michael Cole was insufferable in this match. Calling the angle slammer back suplex. Corey corrected. Calling the ankle lock and STFU. Corey corrected. The spear, Roman Reigns spear, which was clearing homing to Edge due to the way he set it up. How can someone that's been in this company for coming up to 30 years still not pick up on stuff like this? Thank God for Graves. I do think he's set in his ways. Michael Cole's one of the best out there. If you can tell me who's better than him, then I'll hold my hands up. Corey Graves is very close to him, but I just think Michael Cole is so much better. But that's your opinion. Fair play. Ospreay attire. WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and why? WrestleMania all day long. I love the build up to WrestleMania. I love the week of WrestleMania. You saw it this year, and I did every single live there was: Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Hall of Fame, any live thing they did. Then WrestleMania, then the Raw after, then the SmackDown after. Like, I did everything. Favorite title belt of all time. We did a top 5 of this. My favorite all time championship belt. I think I put as the Attitude Era Championship, and it still is. I still fucking love it. Favorite current title belt. A great question. AEW World Title. It's beautiful. Favorite faction of all time. D-Generation X. Have you met any superstars? If yes, who? Sheamus, Orton, Mick Foley, Deuce and Domino, Kane, Rey Mysterio. I don't think I said Rey Mysterio. Met Hulk Hogan, but didn't meet Hulk Hogan. We got invited backstage at the TNA event. We won a competition on TNA event. He brushed past us. He was there. Frankie Kazarian, Christopher Daniels. I'm trying to think WCPW as well. Zack Sabre Jr. Yeah, quite a few. And then introduce it. I'm not saying the first one, mate, just because I'm not for saying the first RIP just because I'm not getting into that, but rest in peace Rick Yatton. OG Bloodline or DX, as much as it pains me to say this, not pains me, but people expect me to go OG Bloodline, DX, all day long. Create a faction and give them a name. Oh my god. Well, we'll do what we're doing on Pro Wrestling Sim at the moment on my stream, One Up My A9. Come check us out. Kevin Owens, Tommaso Ciampa, Shayna Baszler, Triple H, Evolution 2.0. When WWE buy TNA, do you think they acquire any more promotions? No. No, I don't think any promotions will put it out there. I think the only one potentially they could maybe try and look into getting is Maple Leaf, but I don't think they will. I think that is set. But other than that, I don't see them ever buying not ever, but I don't see him buying another promotion anytime soon. Most underrated and overrated wrestlers. Currently overrated, Will Ospreay. Underrated currently, Sammy Guevara. I think Sammy is very underrated. I think Sammy's fucking great. WWE side overrated. I can't think of an overrated person for. I'd say Kiana James, but no one fucking rates her. No, I can't think of her. Yeah. Underrated WWE. Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green's well underrated. No, Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae is very underrated. Go to WrestleMania in the UK, ringside seats. I'll go to Manchester United Champions League final, sat front row to win the treble against. Oh, who's this again? Juicy. Fuck you. It has to be United. It has to be. But my dream is to go and watch WrestleMania. Ringside seats. Oh, win the treble again. Oh, United. Anything to see us win the treble and then get another one over City. Yeah, United all day long. Ain't gonna happen anytime soon. We are shit. One last thing I wanted to touch on because I'm in all the Q&As. Andrade has left WWE. Now, originally it came out that he was very unhappy with his position in the company. However, it came out a couple of days later that he failed wellness checks and went against the wellness policy. So he was suspended, but it was quietly done. Mainly probably due to not wanting to get out to the public and stuff. And his attitude backstage was awful. He didn't have the protection of Charlotte Flair or Ric Flair. So, yeah. Andrade's gone. Where does he go from here? He probably just sits around the Indies. Probably go CMLL. I don't think he'll go TNA. I don't think he'll go... Well, he can't go Triple H. It's part of WWE. He'll either go New Japan. He won't go back to AEW. I could see him showing up in Maple Leaf Wrestling. My thoughts on it, I liked Andrade, I really did. I loved his NXT run. I like him as a wrestler. I think he's fucking fantastic. But all we've heard is bad things about his attitude backstage. So, yeah, unlucky. And also, can we get Rey Fenix with Penta? Because Penta needs some help on Raw. And I'm fed up at you're not doing anything with Rey Major. So put him on Raw, get the Lucha Brothers together, and fuck him have him go against New Day. But that's it for me. We have gone over an hour, and I don't like going over an hour, so I apologise. As always, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Comment down below your thoughts. Any more Q&As, put them down below. I'll answer them next week. WrestlePalooza this weekend. Dead quick, my thoughts on who's going to win. I think Io Sky's going to win the Women's World title. I think John Cena's beating Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar beating John Cena. AJ Lee and CM Punk are beating Seth Rollins and AJ Lee. And Cody Rhodes is beating Drew McIntyre, and the Usos are beating the Bron Bons. All Out. Let me get the card up dead quick because I have closed it. All Out. MJF versus Matt Briscoe. I'm going to go Matt Briscoe. AEW is not there. AEW All Out 2025. Adam Copeland, Christian Cage, FTR. Adam Copeland, Christian Cage. Hurt Syndicate, Ricochet, GOA. I'm going to go Ricochet and GOA. Mercedes, Rio, Mercedes. John Moxley, Darby Allin. I'm going to go Moxley because he lost his title, Forbidden Door. MJF, Matt Briscoe, just said that. Talon's Tony Storm, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statland, Thekla, Tony Storm. Hangman Adam Page, Carl Fletcher, Adam Page. Okada, Takeshita, and Dorado, Beast Mortis. I'm going to go Beast Mortis. Probably wrong. But he's going out with Mercedes, so probably. Eddie Kingston, Big Bill, Eddie Kingston. And Brodido versus September to Remember winners. I don't know who they are, but we'll go Brodido because they just won the title. Catch us over on TikTok. Live from about 10 to 8 on Saturday for All Out and then WrestlePalooza. Until next time, peace.